So Sunday, March the 12th, the aftermath of the snow, and as you can see we have green grass again, that the snow is now gone and it melted fairly quick. So in the last video you saw it coming down. Yesterday we had snow in the morning, lots of it. It turned to sleet and then turned to rain, and now it's super mild. Now I'm here 5 minutes already, so I did a quick look through and counted the cattle before I started recording to make sure there was no panics. So our first observation is that all is quiet here out from Maverick, the little shit on the wrong side of the fence. But yesterday, yeah, it was snowing heavy in the morning and they were on their first strip. So what I did was I gave them a kind of a half of an area of as the snow melted, we had lots of water logging on the ground, so there was every little bit of a pocket from their hoofs in where they were during the snow, which is up tight to that edge, was all full of water. So I decided that the snow wasn't fully thawed out, but there was a good bit of it thawed and you could see the grass through it. So I said I'd give them half what they had again. So that's what they're all standing on here now. And as I was saying also, I didn't put up another back fence. I want to give them a larger area as calving gets closer. So and the beauty is they don't really want to go back on that puddly ground anyhow, so you can see they're actually only standing on what I did give them. If I just walk over here, so basically the wire was standing right there where that drinker is, going up as far as that black white-head cow and then going straight up. So what's amazing is really the difference the snow and the rain made on ground that the cattle are standing on, as opposed to ground that's sitting, lying and resting. It was bone dry and I moved them into it last night, but up here, as their hooves kind of act like pumps, they kind of pump the water, so they can only ever stay on the one place for so long in that heavy precipitation. Is that what they call it when you're talking about everything and everything, all and everything? So yeah, so we're Sunday now and it's the 12th, or almost halfway through the month of March. They had that grass last night, so they're not amazingly hungry now, so I'm going to give them hay today. I'm going to keep them on this, continue to slow them up. Now that the heavy rain is gone and snow, I can see what I have ahead of me, and I'm less worried about cows calving in them awful conditions. Now I definitely was worried, but thankfully none of them calved. So what I'm going to do here is, now I haven't even handled any of them yet, I haven't looked at them all, apart from Maverick there, that's the only one that's annoying me. Now I'm going to go and feed them that hay and I'll be back in a sec. So I just gave them the first load of hay there. Now I'm going to get them more after this, but I just wanted to show you what the impact is like from where they were the last 4 days with the heaviest snow, sleet and rain that we've had since before Christmas actually. It was just relentless. So you wouldn't, or I wouldn't, this is the driest, highest, best field on the farm, and we can see if we go down here how waterlogged it is. Now she's waterlogged. Now they didn't go down, there's a hard dry ground underneath this underneath that skin, so I'm fairly pleased with how they stayed up. Now I wouldn't, if I had left them on it for even a day longer or even 2 days, they would have completely destroyed it. But I'm going to take a picture of this here now and make a record of what the recovery is like over the next few weeks and even months, because they won't be back to this little area here until it'll probably be May, middle of May, where are we now? March, April, May. So May, at the earliest May. So 4 days here and a half a day here. So this was full of grass last night and it was half full of snow, but the difference, the same ground and how dry it is. So she's super dry here with the same amount of rain and snow as that got there, but the action of the hoofs of the cattle act like pumps and drawing that water up and breaking the scraw, but it's still able to hold them up, and the impact isn't negative. I believe it's beneficial because we have all our dung there, we have all our urine there, and we have all our hay seed and our hay residue all evenly scattered all along that little area there, and the rushes are it. You can see here also as well that they ate the rushes there last night, and it's not because they were hungry, because they had lots to eat. So the rushes were like that in there, and now they're like this in here. So that is positive animal impact as opposed to negative. Any longer it'll become negative. So basically during the summer and during the growing season we like to keep them moving because we like to allow the grass to continue to grow at its optimum level. But in the winter time what we're watching for is ground conditions. So the better the ground conditions, the slower we can move them. Obviously there's other factors as well, but you can't leave them in the one spot too long. So 4 days that lasted them. 14 animals, 4 days in horrendous snow, sleet and rain. So I'm after feeding them the hay there now. I have them on the top side. So another trick as well also, well, in my opinion, is to feed them on the highest point. And if they sleep on the highest point, nutrients can only ever come down the hill. They can't make their way back up. So when we feed them up the top there, whatever dung and urine they make, as the rain falls over the year, the nutrients come down the hill. But if they were to be fed here, the nutrients could never make their way up. So I like to feed them at the highest point. It's also the driest point and the most comfortable point for them as well. So that is the carry on the 12th of March, Sunday. It's beautiful, light breeze there now. The sun is starting to come out. My phone is starting to go out of focus, and it's very annoying. But however, I meant to say it's super mild. It's 12 degrees here now, so that's a 15 degrees turnaround in 24 hours. So that's March for you, and I'll not be calving in March anymore. The middle of April it'll be Easter calving as opposed to St. Patrick's Day calving. So that's my lesson learnt. So she's brightening up here now. I'm going to go home now and have a cup of tea and a big old fry, and I have the fire lit and I'm going to put my toast to it. So for now I'll say good luck and goodbye. Actually, I completely forgot to mention, I've walked through the cattle here and thankfully we won't have a calf yet. Even though right now this minute would be a lovely time to have one, or have them all. But all my contenders are all still exactly and mostly, if that even makes sense, I don't think it does, they're all still fairly evenly matched. All super close, but not exactly there. Our Galloway, our red whitehead, our two shorthorns, our red shorthorn, and that black whitehead there that's in front of our blue cow here. Her time is up on St. Patrick's Day, plus whatever she carries. But that lady is under pressure this while, I know. She's carrying her tail. She's no bag made here. She's not sunk, but she's finding a lot of discomfort. Young Galloway here now, she's making a bit of a bag as well. I'm not expecting her to calf until April, and the same with the this lady here. So there's that lady. There's 1, 2, 3. They're gonna be the last. The blue young Galloway and this red whitehead here. Yeah, so I don't know where I'll stick this bit of a video in towards the end. So yeah, I'll say a proper good luck and goodbye now.